When you walk into a restaurant, you're already trusting that what's happening behind the kitchen doors is clean, safe, and hygienic. But what if that's not always the case? Recently, 3 restaurants in Mississauga were flagged for food safety violations. Issues included improper food storage, unsanitary conditions, and pest problems. Interestingly, despite these issues, they were allowed to remain open. Now, food safety inspections do happen, but they're not always obvious. Unless you go looking online, you might never be able to tell what rating a restaurant has gotten. I got a chance to speak to food science expert Dr. Keith Warriner, who talked about this gap in public health. In places like Toronto and New York City, restaurants are required to post their food safety grades with either a green, yellow, or red card right on the door. But in the Peel region, that system doesn't exist.
If you want to find out the report, you have to go online to visit the website, to visit the restaurant. And I don't know about you, but when I go to a restaurant, I don't say, I better get online now just to see if it's safe or not.
Yeah.
So there is that aspect to it. And this is why people say, dine safe should be implemented more widely.
While health inspections do happen around the GTA, Keith mentions that restaurant owners and managers need to also take ownership and accountability for the state of cleanliness in their restaurants and to have higher standards and understanding of restaurant cleanliness.
Yeah, the owners taking ownership and the people below them learning from them. The reality is, in a lot of ways, is that you have to let people do what they think's right. And I know it sounds crazy saying, look, we need regulations, we need rules. But I'm always a belief that you give people lots of regulations and rules, they lose confidence. So it's obviously people cook at home and they don't make themselves sick. But why is it when they come to a restaurant that suddenly everything changes? And it's partly ownership, because if you're working as a normal chef or basically an assistant chef, things like that, you don't think you got power.
So the question is not about whether food safety exists. It's about whether we see it in action through transparency and accountability. And this is a lesson for all of us when out dining somewhere about what we should be vigilant about.
The first thing you look at is the front of the house. So the front is the best it's going to get. At the back, it's not going to be half as good. So you look at see how the status is, like, is it all clean and tidy? Is the washrooms are the key point. Oh, this washroom hasn't been cleaned for years. Well, you don't want to be in there. You look at the general sort of activity of people and things like that, and even down to the point you look at the knives and forks, saying, are these cleaned? They're not. But the important thing is that when you get food which you suspect isn't warm enough, it looks a bit old, it was too quick coming out the kitchen, you start questioning, saying, how long has this food been there for?
For GTA Muslims Today, I've been your host, Aylia Batool.